Hey guys, I wanted to show you how my interactive concepts of print pack works. Basically, this is all done on PowerPoint, so there's nothing for you to print and copy. You just pull it up on PowerPoint and project it on your screen so that the kids can follow along. You will need to download 2 free fonts. I've included hyperlinks on the second page of this resource. Without them, the formatting will get all messed up. So the first thing you need to do, you pick your passage, go to that page. We'll just start with the very first one on page 4. And then you need to switch to presentation mode. There's a couple of ways to do that. In the bottom right-hand corner, right here, you can click to switch to slideshow, or you can click at the top to slideshow and choose from current slide. This will take you into presentation mode, and then you're ready to go. You can use your space bar to click through for the different slides and all the actions that we'll need, or the right arrow will work as well. So I'm using my space bar and I'm going to click, and it takes us to our next slide. And I want to leave this up here for a second so that the kids can look at it and you can point out any important words that they might not previously know. And then when you press the space bar, it'll bring down a little star, and that star tells us that we're ready to start reading together. And it also shows us where we're going to start reading one of those important concepts of print. So now, every time I click, it's going to put a little green dot underneath the words that the kids are expected to read. I see the pig. When I click again, it'll take us to our next slide. Bring down our star and start reading. I see the bus. I see the hat. So on those 3 slides, we've practiced where to start reading. We've practiced that tracking so that kids are reading one word at a time. And we've practiced directionality, and they know that you have to start reading on the left and progress over to the right. Now on this next page, we put all 3 of those sentences together for a little fluency. Now we're getting into some repeated reading. Our little star tells us where to start. I see the pig. A little stop sign pops up, and now we're going to practice return sweep. An arrow will show the kids where to go for the next line. We drop down and over and read, I see the bus. Return sweep. I see the hat. This page, I've kind of left it up for interpretation for you. There are no animations, there's no guidance, it's just the passage again for more repeated reading. You can have kids come up and use a pointer to lead the class in reading the passage. You can ask them to find certain words that you're working on. So if you're working on the sight word see, you might have kids come up and point to it. You might have them locate ending punctuation or capital letters. This page is completely up to you. Then the following page, we're going to count the sentences. Each sentence appears in a different color, one word at a time, and the punctuation comes separately, and we're focusing on the fact that an ending punctuation indicates that a sentence is over. So here's our star. We're going to read the first sentence. I see the pig, and then another click brings down the period, and we count it sentence 1. Next sentence is a different color. Bring down the punctuation, and it will count it sentence 2. And then another sentence yet. And then reiterate with the kids that yes, there are 3 sentences in this passage. Then contrast that by counting the words. We know that words are different than sentences. So our star shows us where to start, and then we're going to count each word as we see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and another little click will send that 12 spinning to show you, yes, there are 12 words in this passage. And then the last page, we're going to count the letters of a focus word. So we pulled out the word bus, and we've got that picture support there to show us. And then we have the question, how many letters are in the word bus? Our star shows us where to start counting the letters, and then those letters are going to drop while we count them. 1, 2, 3. So you ask your class how many letters are in the word bus. They answer, and then you can reveal the correct answer by clicking again, and that square moves out of the way to show a 3. Then you can have a little miniature celebration with your kids because they just successfully read that passage. They've read it several times for a little fluency, and they have identified and used many of those important print concepts along the way. You can press escape, get out of presentation mode, and you are done with that passage. There are 15 total passages you can see in the table of contents, and they do increase in difficulty. You could do a passage a day for 3 weeks as you really focus in on those print concepts at the beginning of the year, or you could break it up to take a little more time, just do a couple passages a week. But I like the idea of having this so it's all whole group and it's all up in front of them on the projector, so you're not having to make a million copies doing a bunch of paper pencil stuff. All right, thank you.